Hey everybody. Hopefully you can hear me and audio's good and all that kind of stuff. It's been a while since I've streamed, so just getting over a bit of a cold, so I haven't streamed in a while, so I wanted to just hang out with all of you. Very close to powering this on. I think we should be able to get it printing in this stream. Uh, I gotta wire up the bed and then turn it on essentially, and we should be able to print. So hoping that I can get this printing, and then later today or tomorrow or something, I'll get the top hat and panels and everything on for this, so I can do my impressions video on it. But I figured it'd be fun to just wrap this up, try to get it printing on stream, and show off the Fystec kit if anyone's interested in building one of these. So that is the plan. How's everybody doing? And maybe I can show off, I mean, I'll show this off a bit more in my YouTube video, but very, very impressed with this board on the back so far. The layout of it's really cool. The wiring of it's very straightforward and simplified. Yeah, the board, Tommy, the board is really, really neat. Like, they purposely designed the board just for this printer, kind of, or a Core XY printer of this size. You can see each stepper motors like on the side that the motor would be. Really, really nice, flexible umbilical, or whatever you want to call it here. I like this better than the LDO kit. The toolhead board is really nice. Worked really well. So it's just a clean, clean build. I really, really like it. So with the LDO kit, like, you have all these extra adapters, and the accelerometer has its own ribbon cable, and you have the Pi and the board, and like, this is so nice as far as packaging. The downside is documentation for this board. I was on the Fystec GitHub, and the flashing clipper is a bit vague. These are pre-configured though, so I should be able to just turn it on and print. The config file should already be on here. Everything should be flashed. It should be ready to go out of the box, which is cool, but there's no instructions I could find really on how to flash the toolhead board. I'm sure they're buried in GitHub somewhere. There wasn't a really great guide on how to flash this. You have to put it in DFU mode and then flash it with a computer or something like that. They didn't really have like a screenshot of like what the bin file should look like, but it should be, Clipper should already be on it. It should be ready to go. So this of course does come with Fystec's lightweight X rail too. So it's got their, like, you can see, you can probably just see there, it's got the lightened X. So not probably a big deal on a printer this size. It's also weird to put this on Wi-Fi too. So this board does not have Wi-Fi built into it. So they include actually a USB Wi-Fi adapter. And you can see on the bottom here, there is a network jack. They give you an updated skirt, so you can plug in a Cat 6 or whatever network cable, and then there's a USB port here which goes up to the actual board. So I'm going to plug in my Wi-Fi dongle into here, and then you have to plug this into LAN to then get it on Wi-Fi. So you have to plug this into a LAN cable, putty into it, then actually run your Wi-Fi config through putty, and then it will join Wi-Fi. That's the only way to get it on Wi-Fi. So a little weird, but I think it should be fine. That documentation seems to be okay. So otherwise, all the printed parts were made by Fystec. They sent me the printed version of this, which I was not expecting. all the printed parts are great. I haven't had any issues with fitment. They all look to be printed correctly. They were strong, nothing split or weird stuff like that. So far, the only disadvantage this kit has is the LDO kit comes with their unique slide-in M3 nuts. This does not come with that, and I had some leftover LDO nuts. They do not fit in these extrusions. They're only for LDO, and I built 3 V0s now. I always forget nuts. So there's no way to get nuts in after the fact. On the LDO kit, you can do that. Their slide-in nuts go in at any time. So you got to really pay attention. Again, with most V0s, LDO is the only kit I know of that has these special slide-in M3 nuts, which are unique to the LDO kit. But I do like the wiring of this kit. I like the board better. I like the tool head board better. It comes with a screen. The LDO kit doesn't come with a screen. Not a big deal for me, but I know some people might want that screen, that type of thing. So the wiring is like already done on this thing. All I got to do is do the bed. So the plan for today is we are going to quickly wire the bed up, and then we are going to hit the power button. Hopefully no magic smoke comes out, and we should be able to print. The config files should already be on here. Everything should be ready to go. So I also will say too, this Fystec CNC bed frame, I like it better than the Kirigami. It seems stronger and it's easier to assemble. So I prefer this over the Kirigami bed, absolutely. So I would definitely recommend this kit to anyone interested. So far, I have not printed with it yet, so we'll see you there, but I'm just gonna raise this up a little bit so I can get better access to the wiring and stuff. This does come with WAGO connectors or whatever you call them, just like the LDO kit does for the bed wiring. It's very straightforward. Just give myself a little bit of room here and we'll try to get this all wired up. The LDO kit does come with a high-wind rail for X. I don't know how important that is. That's another addition that the LDO kit has that others don't. I don't really think it's super necessary, but very nice wiring diagram, shows you how this should go. There's very few wires because this tool head board has everything and it's just a nice umbilical cable to it. Yeah, so far I'm very happy with it. I would definitely recommend this so far, just based on how it builds. But we'll see how it prints. This wiring is literally just plugging in a couple cables for the bed, so it shouldn't take too long. I think the most annoying part is going to be fishing the wires through the cable chain. That's going to be the most annoying part of this, I think. So I think what I'll do here is I'm going to try to... I have to take my bottom panel off for the power. Yeah, I'm going to take the bottom panel off here just to help me with the power cables coming from the board into the bed here. Make my life a little bit easier. If I can find the... I did clean up my desk a little bit so I could find everything. I don't know where I put my... I also like to... Fystec includes a notched build plate, which is really great. You can just slide it back in to some screws, and it's... I always hated the V0 because lining this up perfectly is kind of annoying. That's just a great quality of life. Here it is over here. So we're going to take this bottom panel off here, and then we will start running these wires in the cable chain. Yeah, it's so nice to just be able to put the bed on, the PEI sheet on, and take like a second versus like 3 or 4 seconds fighting with it. This kit also comes with palm BMG gears. So the gear is pressed onto the gear shaft, which is supposed to give you better print quality. So it does have an upgraded set of gears in the extruder. Is also another big benefit of the Fystec kit. The LDL kit uses genuine Bondtech gears that slide on with like your set screw. This one has a palm gear set, so it is pressed on, which should be more accurate. So there's that too. Pop this panel off here. Wants to come off. All right, so this is our thermistor wire, which on this board, thermistor there. So just like the LDO kit, of course, there's no crimping or anything that you're going to be doing in this. No missing screws or anything like that I've noticed so far, so everything's good there. I don't even know if this is going to be... I think this is going to be annoying to run through the cable chain while it's installed, maybe? If I should just pull the cable chain off and run the cables first, because this is going to be annoying to run through, I think. Cheesy potato, you definitely would want to use 2020 extrusion. You wouldn't want a printed frame that big for a Delta, in my opinion. That's not to say you can't try it if you don't want to, but you definitely want to have a rigid frame for Delta printers. I don't know if I'll be able to get this off here. It's kind of off. Okay, that I can get off pretty easily, I think. Alright, got that end off. Printed spacer. I think taking this off will make my life a bit easier. Yeah, if you want, like, you could build a Cossel, like a Cossel Delta. They have the brackets and everything on AliExpress. They're pretty straightforward. They even have like Cossel metal brackets and things like that. Yeah, this part I think is going to be tricky to get. Maybe I'll just loosen it off. Could be good or bad, I don't know. All right. I'm going to try to run the actual wires through here first. So we'll put them through here. And then hopefully this will make it easier. Now I need to make sure I do this correctly. Yeah, this should be the way. It's annoying to fit this. I could now just pop this off. Okay, let's take this end off here. This is really, really difficult to fit this thermistor wire through here. I remember having trouble with this on the LDO kits. I'm going to actually depin this is what I'm going to do. That will save myself some time here. I think maybe I did that on the LDO one too. So the connector, yeah, the thermistor wire connector is too big, and I'm pretty sure this is what I did with the other one. So I will depin the thermistor, no big deal here. I'm pretty sure I just forgot that I did that with the other kit. Yeah, it was much easier, obviously. Still annoying, but easier. Yeah, maybe that's what it was, is it was depinned already. So it's definitely been a while since I built the LDO one. There we go. And then I'm going to put the connector on right away so that it doesn't slip through. Tab up a bit here. The Fystec kit does give you a whole bunch of extra crimps and connectors and stuff too. I guess just as spares and whatnot. But if you're going to be doing mods and stuff like that, I guess it's nice to have all that extra stuff. All right. There we go. Okay. So ran through the chain. We should be good there. So that's that. And then yeah, everything basically for the rest of the wiring is, we just have our spade terminal, which will go on the main board, and then this end will go in the WAGO connector. So pretty straightforward. I'm pretty sure I want to do it, yeah, so we'll go here. Straighten this out. Even though I don't like building V0s, I seem to just get V0 kits all the time, and I end up building them. I need to get like a 2.4 kit for free or something like that next. I built so many of these. It's my least favorite Voron to build. Okay, got our power wire in there. Okay, yeah, this does have a slot on that. Perfect. We have our negative, same thing. Much easier with this cable chain off of the printer. All right, power, thermistor, I think that's it. So we should be able to attach the cable chain back up. Plug in a couple connectors. I don't have any RTV. Even though not necessary, of course, this kit comes with a thermal fuse. I don't have any RTV to RTV it to the bed yet. But I'll do that after the fact. We won't need it for printing or anything like that. I am going to take the bed off so I can install the screws for the PI alignment, which I'll show you here in just a moment. So I'm going to just take off this bed really quick. I'll just lower this just so I can get the bed off. Okay, I'm going to just take this off here. I just want to do this here so I can get these, there's two holes in the back of the bed so that you can align your PI sheet, and I need to put some M3 screws in them first. Otherwise I can't do it with the bed installed. I just want to see what size I need. Maybe M3 by 12 would be good. There's no instructions on this because it's not specific. It's for just the Fystec version, right? It's not a normal thing. So let's see if I can find, I mean, maybe an M3 by 16 would be okay. That's too big, I think. 8, 10, I don't think 10 is long enough. I'll double check a 10 and see how tall it's going to be. Maybe this is going to be long enough. I'll check it out here. Also, this kit comes with a 75 watt heater. I think the LDO ones are 60 watt. Not a huge deal, but just something to note there. That does stick up. Let's just lose all the screws and washers, that's fine. So our PI sheet here, I just want to see if this screw is going to be tall enough, this bolt here, to line up. Yeah. Yeah, M3 by 10 is perfect for these back little alignment. Basically, it's acting like a pin at the back of the bed so that you can just slide the PI in and it'll lock right in. So just quickly install these. We'll put the springs all back on and then we'll get the bed installed. Make sure they're tight so they don't rattle. This kit, I also will note, comes with LEDs for mini stealth burner too. So the LDO kit does not come with LEDs for stealth burner. It comes with LEDs for the Kirigami bed, but I would much rather have LEDs on my tool head so I can have like illumination when you're printing. So I like that better as well. So it comes with 2 little LEDs for the tool head. Which is pretty much the addition I would want. And like I say, everything should be configured in the config file for all of that stuff already. So put all this back on. Okay, so let's get the bed back on here. Yeah, that was pretty easy. All right, bed back installed. I have my little M3x10 here at the back so that my PI aligns with those. And we should be able to put this back on. Trying to think though, is it easy if I leave this unattached to run through here? No, I think we will attach it. So I need to get the cables around this first. Pull them through. Okay, we'll get our end on here. Put our screws back on. This is 8. Sure, this will be a little tedious to get this on here, but there's 1 volt. So I made that job much quicker by taking off this cable chain. There we go. And I can slide this back to where it's supposed to go. It should be just to the bottom of the extrusion there. Perfect. So yeah, so far I would say the Fystec kit comes with more useful add-ons than the LDO kit, in my opinion. Okay, so I think what I'll do here is I'm going to attach my bed terminals. We got our negative and positive here. I still need to attach my heat sinks on the steppers there as well, of course. Let's see if I can make this a little bit easier on myself. Just hang this off the edge a bit. Sorry you guys can't really see that, but heat bed negative is to the outside. I just want to get these bed terminals attached here real quick. We should be very close to powering this guy up. Here's our negative. And then positive. So what is everyone else building for printers right now? Anyone building a Min Delta right now, or waiting for Delta Flyer? Or what other printers are people building? Okay, there we go. Easy. Let's just pick this guy back up. All right, so now I just want to fish these wires through the little slot in this CNC bed here to manage all the cables nicely. There we go. That one is caught. And we can attach this again. There we go. Resurrecting my Soval SV06. Oh, okay, cool. Finished building this exact kit. Bought it right before your video. Oh, nice. How do you like your kit? I am really liking it. Currently have the Rook 2020 MK2 and Min Delta in progress. Awesome. Just needs wiring. And I have a demo where I want to mount the... okay, yeah. The Min still needs boards and hot end. Hey, 3D Experiments, welcome. There's one. There we go. Okay. So raise the bed back up here, and then we'll plug in a couple wires, and we should be pretty good. Definitely need to get this bed. Right now the bed hits the nozzle when it's all the way up, and I want to set this all the way down first so that we can set the Z offset once we get this printer turned on and I don't forget about it. So I will just do all that now. There we go. So the bed is all the way up and we're not hitting the nozzle, so I can set my Z offset. I haven't looked at the Ratrig VCore 4. I just seen a video, like CNC Kitchen did a video on it. I just opened it up on my computer. I haven't washed it yet. Fox, yes. Fystec reached out to me and gave me this kit. Otherwise, I wouldn't be buying another V0. This is the third one that I built. But I'm very impressed with the kit so far. Yeah, I agree with you, the lack of documentation on the board, but apparently just powered up. Clipper's already installed on it. Honestly, you shouldn't have to mess with it, but yeah. If I want to reflash this or update anything or something like that, I think you got to do a bit of digging and try to figure some stuff out. Okay, so now I just need to plug the connectors into the Wagyu, or whatever you call these terminals. So our thermistor plugs into this, and then our thermistor goes to that. Flips around. So thermistor is done. Now I need to do these. So power will go into this thing. See if I can get this in. Bit annoying to do all these connections while they're attached, but there's not really a whole lot of options, I guess. I don't think that's the correct slot. I think I'm going to take this off the side, actually. It's much easier. You'll have to mess a bit with the accelerometer. Is commented out. Okay, yeah. I will remember that. Oh, RatRig partnered with Slice? That's not great. Alright, this will make it much easier getting this off of here. Just so everyone can see who hasn't built a V0. So the most kits now come with these Wagyu terminals that basically take your connections and put them together so they can run all the way to the board without crimping anything or something like that. So I think if I just do this now like this will make my life easier. It's not on the way in, it looks like. Trying to get this. Not open. Oh wait, I think these really have to open up, I believe. Okay, there's our power. There's our ground. Oops, that didn't go in. Okay, that's all connected, and then we take our fuse. If you don't cut the tack wire of the blower fans, all hot end fans will spin at idle, and the temp readout of the tool head board messed up. Really? Okay. Oh, I hate fan noise, so that's a bit annoying. We'll see how that goes. I'm not really excited about that, but we'll see how it goes, I guess. Alright, so then I'm assuming we're just doing red to red here. There we go. And negative this. Yeah, I found it a bit odd that they included like 3-pin fan or 4-pin fan, well, 3-pin fans on this kit. Okay, so this bed wiring is definitely going to be a mess, but I just want to get it connected. So that will run through the thermal fuse. We should be able to just power this guy up and see what kind of stuff. Can you not change the fan setting to set it for like temp? So go off of your hot end temp and make so the fans don't turn on until like 50C or whatever. Because it should be a thermistor or a PID controlled, or PWM controlled fan port, right? So I can just tell the fans not to spin until 50 degrees. This is my third one. My third one. My first V0, I bought an LDO kit with my own money. And then I got an LDO kit given to me, and then I got this Fystec kit given to me. So, yep, I keep getting V0s for some reason. All right, I'm just gonna stuff this third fuse up there because I will sort out the bed wiring at a later time. As long as nothing is gonna get pinched, I think that should be okay, but we will see. Oh, okay. So this is the newest version, version 1.1. Is that the kit you have? I wonder if they fixed any of that. You have the 1.1 kit, like the latest version? All right, so this can now go on, and we have those M3x10 that just lock that right into place nice and straight. I think we're ready to power this up. Well, that's a shame that that doesn't work. That will be a little bit annoying. We'll see how that goes. All right, I'm going to put my stepper heat sinks on here. Okay, there's one. Yeah, we're gonna plug it in, hit the power switch, and we're gonna see what happens. I'm a little bit scared that magic smoke's gonna come out, but we should be fine. Alright, so there's our heat sinks for there. Just got to put one on for Z. Yeah, 3D experiments, these are not my favorite build at all. They are fiddly. They're annoying to build, but that's my opinion. Definitely not my preferred build. They're very, very they're tedious to assemble. That's for sure. All right. I got to plug in my tool head board here just because I had it unplugged. How did you do your panel on the back here for your so this is another thing that annoys me. This panel doesn't fit with, unless I'm dumb, there's no way for this connector to go through this panel. So do you Dremel out the hole a bit bigger, or is there a printed part instead that I need to use for this? Because well, I broke mine, so that's why it's taped. I crazy glued it yesterday, but I want to have something here, obviously, but there's no way this connector will fit through this hole. So maybe there's a printed version for it. I was going to just design my own, but there's got to be a solution out there for that, I would think. All right, power in. Let's just double check connections, because yeah, thermistor's on, power supply, and all that. We'll put in our USB or our Wi-Fi adapter. The included standoff should line up the hole. Should line up. I'm not sure what you mean on that one. Let me just get this Wi-Fi dongle plugged in here so it's ready for when I do Wi-Fi, but I got a network cable right here, so yeah, it's gonna be fun. Okay, so plug in my LAN cable here. I think I'm ready. Yeah, there's just no way for me to get like this. This will not fit through here, right? I can't run this through this acrylic plate to install it on the back. So I don't know if I'm not supposed to use this or something like that, because this cable won't fit through there to actually run it through. I mean, I will figure it out later, whatever. All right, so it's on. Is the display on? Not yet. All right, let's see if I can find this thing on my network here. Oh, appreciate it. Thank you for sending that over. All right. So I've got it plugged into my network. The LEDs are on the tool head. Oh, there we go. Perfect. Okay. My fans aren't spinning right now so far. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. Whoa, calm down, Discord, or calm down. Okay, what is this going to show up as on my router? Voron v0.2 Pro, there we go. All right, everything's looking good. Yeah, the MCU temp on the tool head is definitely bugged. I can see what you're saying there. Now, are my fans here? I will show you guys the screen. I just gotta watch chat on my phone now because I don't have another monitor set up here, so bear with me, you guys. It's just... All right, so you guys should be able to see my screen here now. Let's just fix a couple things. I don't like bars for control. I always switch that to cross. And let's just move some stuff around here so that it's mostly on one screen. Fans look like they're working. Yep. Yep. Yeah, so far my fans aren't spinning on their own. I'm assuming this has all been PID tuned and stuff like that already. Let's just take a look here. So many config files. So I don't see any PID tuning done on this yet. I'm assuming I want to do a PID tune first, because it doesn't look like there's any PID tune on this yet, but everything looks great so far. I'm scared to try and home it, but we'll try. Everything looks good. I will say LDO's homing routine is better. You should always, with sensorless homing, you should always home, move back a little bit, which releases tension on your belts, and then home Y, and then move back a bit to release tension on your belts. So I would probably add the LDO homing routine on this because it is superior. You don't want to have your belts tension when you're trying to home your axes. So the LDO homing sequence is better. But this is all looks great. We should be able to level the bed and get everything homing. I also don't see a bed screws macro on here, which should come by default to do our bed level, which we can easily add that, I'm sure. Is there a separate macros config set up on this? Head config. What do we have in print config? Do we have a start macro or anything set up? Stepper, heat bed, temperature fan, idle, C-safe. So there's a bed screws set up, but there's no macro set up to run it, I guess. So there's a print start macro. Okay. Am I just blind? Is the macro here and I just wasn't looking at it? No. So bed screws are set up, but there's no macro to call it. So if I go... What is it? So there should be a bed screws adjust macro set up, so you don't have to do this, but this should still be fine. So if I go, let's just re-home here. I go bed screw adjust. All right, so I can see, I think the bed tried to go up farther than it was supposed to. So I'm trying to think if I want to adjust anything here first. Because I believe the Z was still trying to go up when it hit the actual end of travel. But I need to grab a piece of paper here so we can do some bed leveling first. Okay, do I have anything I can use? This will work. All right, so that's good. Accept. So adjusted. Let's loosen this. I'll have to do a couple rounds of this, but oh, I got to run the Bowden tube also. Probably pretty good there. Adjusted. That's pretty good there. Adjusted. Yeah, I like that. Just, so we'll accept that one. It's a little tight. That should be okay. Adjusted that one. I like that. It's good. It's good. All right, so that should all be adjusted. Bed screw should be good to go. Okay, I got to run the Bowden tube, so let's extrude some filament, and then I guess I need to PID tune this because I didn't see any PID information on here, so we'll have to PID tune the bed and the hot end. So let me lower the Z here. All right, so let's run this. So I don't know why they give you so much of both of these. We're going to use the bigger inner diameter tube because this is a reverse Bowden. I'm assuming obviously you would need this to cut for the little bit of PTF tubing in the tool head. I'll switch you guys to the better camera, to the camera here so you can see. So we're going to run the clear tubing because this is reverse Bowden. So we'll pop that in there, and then I'm going to run this obviously through here. And I will run this through here. I think I'm going to comment out the filament sensor, because on a printer this size, filament sensor I don't think makes a lot of sense. Because if I go into here, hot end fan, RGB, display LED, okay. Yeah, we'll see what it says. All right. So we are going to run this out here. I think I want about that. It's not going to be fun to run this through this stupid filament thing in the foot. So, but we'll try. Should I just try to run it and then I'll cut it off after, I think, here. So let's try to get this through here somehow. It's pretty annoying to do that. I can even get this through. For some reason this won't go in. Huh. Why does this not want to go in there? Man, this is annoying to route this stupid Bowden tube. I think I might just leave it for now. Do it after the stream or something like that. Might be that it's just too tight on the printed part, maybe. I'll have to sort that out after, I think. I'm going to just leave it alone for now. No big deal. I will do that afterwards. I'll just kind of measure. Let's put this, let's turn the motors off here. Let's move this to the maximum, make sure I have enough. So this is going to go here, basically. I'm not going to cut it right now. I'll wait. Yeah, small printers are the best for sure. I'm just going to leave the Bowden tube for now, and then I'll figure that out afterwards. I might have to take that corner off so I can feed it through properly. It'll be a bit annoying, but it's not the end of the world. I guess I'll PID tune it right now. Okay, clipper. So we are going to PID tune this for 195, which is usually what I do. So we'll let this PID tune run. Hot end fan is working. It's good. We'll load this filament up and I should be able to print a calibration cube on this guy. But yeah, so far printer's working great. Very happy with the kit. Okay, we already did the PID tune, so I am going to save that. And I can't save the PID tune because the config is not correct. Oh, so are the PIDs stored in a different config file? Where is our head.config input shaper in there. This is what I hate about splitting up the config file into all these different ones is you can't use automated stuff. So won't worry about that right now, I guess. Must have a tune already. So let's just do 200 for our temp, and we will get this orange PLA. Get it through there, make sure our extruder works. Yeah, that's what I was seeing was head.config, so I would have to copy and paste the values into there, and of course I just deleted them, but extruder, fan control, hot end fan. Yeah, so there's already a PID in there, so I'll just assume that it's good. YOLO. We'll see what the temp is like, if it actually does work as it should. We'll just run this crazy long reverse Bowden for the time being. This is really stiff though, with this long of a reverse Bowden. Definitely not ideal, but I'm not gonna fight with that on stream. Okay, we're extruding filament through. I'll probably just zip tie it so it doesn't hit the belts. Cut this. All right, crazy long reverse Bowden, but oh well. Hey, welcome. So let's let that cool down. Let's open up Orca. I just downloaded the latest version of Orca, which has a whole bunch of features I haven't looked at, like new infill type and all sorts of stuff. So let's open that up. I will share my screen with you guys. Go like this. Oh, it is set to 10. Okay. All right, latest version of Orca. I already have a v0 profile on here. So let's, yeah, all the icons are new and stuff. I'm just going to do a simple XYZ cube. So yeah, Orca updated all the icons at the top here. I like them, they're much cleaner. PLA, we are not going to print at 220. That's pretty excessive. do not print PLA at that temp. So we'll do 200. Yeah, standard Voron. We are not doing arcane. We're doing classic. I find classic is better. And I think outer is now better. Slice this guy up. And let's add our IP. Nope. Take that. Pop it in here. Test this. So now we can just slice and print directly to the printer here. There we go. I don't have exclude on, but so we're heating up our bed now. And that is working. So yeah. So far, pretty happy with this kit. It just worked out of the box. Let me switch the camera for you guys so you can see. PI's on there. We should be good to go. So far, overall, very happy. I haven't installed my controller board fan because I don't know how this is supposed to attach. Is this supposed to attach with VHB tape? Because it's not like the Voron manual. There's no holes here to mount to a extrusion. Maybe you VHB tape this or something to the back there, but few odds and ends I need to sort out, but no ABL probe, it's just manual. The bed size is so small, you don't need to really... Oh, it is VHB, okay. Yeah, I kind of had figured as much. All right, bed's heated up, nozzle's heating up now. And fingers crossed our Z offset is good. We should be perfect. I'm ready to hit emergency stop or something if it's messed up. These PID values seem a bit off to me already for the hot end. It's holding 202 for quite a while. Every printer's PIDs are slightly different, so I'm assuming the PIDs from the factory are not quite right. It's coming down really slow, so it should start printing, but it's definitely taking longer than it should to normalize. But I have one loose nut I know about. A bit low. We'll just go above a bit there. It's pretty perfect. There we go, not bad. We'll do a pressure advance of 0.02 is a good starting number there. But yeah, printing great already. See if I can get you guys a closer look at the print. So this is just the default Orca Voron 0.1, 0.2 profile. This is the very first print. Also, there's a thing on mine. Clipper spits out errors if I spin the encoder on the screen too fast. Oh, interesting. Okay. So far, quite nice. I definitely like the tool head LEDs. So I'll finish up a couple things, and I'll put the panels on and all that kind of stuff, and I'll make an impressions video on this. But overall, I'm pretty happy, actually. I don't seem to have any of the issues that you were reporting. My fans aren't spinning at idle, which is good. I haven't tried the Wi-Fi yet, but I'm sure it will work fine. I will double check that, of course. I wonder if I spin the encoder, if it will just give me errors on Clipper. Tap on this. Okay, I just spun a bunch of stuff. Spun the encoder around. I don't see any errors either on... So maybe they updated the config since... or something? We are not extruding filament for some reason. Did I get caught? I think maybe... Yeah, we are not extruding here. My screw loosen or something here? There we go. My screw is just too loose, I think. Yeah. I just had my tension screw a bit too loose. Let's stop this. That was my fault. Let's re-put the spool on here. Let's try and pull this off. I'll try that again. Layers look really good though. My screw is just not tight enough there. And if anyone is interested, of course, Delta Flyer's coming along really well. I'll show off a couple things here that I'm doing. I'm very close to ready to print on it. I just made a jig to cut my carbon fiber rods here, so I can't actually see if you guys are seeing this or not. So I made a jig to actually cut the carbon rods for Delta Flyer. So I know the size of the rods now. I'm going to get ready to cut all of them, epoxy them with my MP Jet arm joints, And then install those. I need to put the hot end on, tidy up a couple wires, and I can start printing on Delta Flyer and start getting some of the finishing parts, and it should be ready here hopefully in a week or two. Delta Flyer should be up on printables and ready for all of you if you want to print a larger Delta than Min. So pretty excited to see how well that's going to print. I just tried it again, only happens in the menu select. Yeah, I hit the button and I was in the menu and I was scrolling around pretty quick and I didn't seem to get any errors. So yeah, these PIDs I think are a little bit off, so I'll have to update those manually. It's not a big deal. Takes a little bit of time to start the print because they're just factory PIDs that Fystec put in there. Yeah, Delta Flyer still uses the bamboo hot end. Yeah, I actually had to order one. That's why it's a little bit behind schedule. So I built this because I was waiting for a hot end. So clone or genuine bamboo hot end will be fine. This takes forever for this thing to start because the PID is just off. Come on, you're at 200. Just stay there for a couple seconds and then let's go. Doesn't stay at 200 long enough for the print to start. Come on, I know you can do it. Yeah, it's just going below 200 and then above 200, and it Clipper wants it to stay there for a certain amount of time, and it's just not. The PID, I don't think is. Oh, there we go. We got it. What's rattling? Another loose screw somewhere, I think. Again, we're not extruding. There we go. I think this filament wants to print a bit hotter. I usually don't use this everyone PLA, so I think it just needs to be hotter. Yeah, that's looking better. I just want to get this print finished off, and then we'll end the stream there. While we're waiting for this to print, does anyone have any questions on Min or Delta Flyer or anything like that? Delta Flyer will be a true 120 build area, so you can print a 120 millimeter cylinder. Little bit smaller than the V0 because a circular bed obviously is smaller than a square bed, but I think that size is still pretty decent, pretty usable for its form factor. I did build my Delta Flyer a little bit shorter than I think maybe what most people are going to build theirs at. I like that the size. You can easily add 50 millimeters just by getting longer rods. I will include corner panels for both sizes because right now I'm only going to have about 90 millimeters of Z. That's personally enough for me, but I know that people will want that extra 50 millimeters. So yeah, this filament wanted to print hotter. Impossible to cram a V0 bed. Yeah, there's definitely enough room. You could use a V0 bed if you had one lying around. You'll have to modify the bed mounts, which wouldn't be too big of a deal, but Pegasus is done. I just don't have my frame yet. So my small Pegasus, which is right beside me, prints great. There's not really much I need to change. I need to design DXF files for the panels, but I can't do that until I have the full-size frame. I changed the frame size halfway through, so I still have the small Pegasus frame, which is only 200 by 200 printable area, and I made the frame bigger, so I'm waiting for DLL PDF to get me a Pegasus, proper size Pegasus frame, and I can finish off a few things. But the gantry and everything, all the printed parts are complete. I want to design my own tool head for it, just me personally, but you can use any Voron tool head, of course. On my small one, I have archetype on there, like the old archetype breakneck, and it's not the greatest, just with like its angled extruder and stuff like that, but did it stop extruding again? What the heck is going on here? Still, tension is still pretty loose. Oh, you're building them in? Nice. Still had issues with this thing extruding the filament. There's a lot of resistance in this reverse Bowden because it's too long. I'm gonna have to stop this one too. I just wanted to complete a cube so that I can make sure all my everything's dialed in. Let's go back to Orca. I just want to update the temp. 210, 210. Yeah, Pegasus. I just have mine is too small, and there's no point in designing panels for the smaller version. I want to make sure that all the panels fit and everything before I release everything for it. So, but my Pegasus, my small one, which has all the new updated parts, prints very well. I'm very happy with it. But mine has like an Ender 3 bed on it because it's small. So I want to do the full-size one. I'm just waiting for a frame. Hey, Canrog, welcome. Just about to wrap up here. I'm just dialing my extruder tension so I can get a cube to finish printing, and should be good. So far, I am happy with this kit. Ah, all good. No worries. Still have to go up again. Hey, thanks, Martin. Thanks for checking out the stream. All right, this is going to be the one that finishes. What infill pattern is this one using? Strength, crosshatch. I think this is using the new Orca infill called crosshatch, which is supposed to be faster and better than gyroid, I think. And we did accomplish my goal. I wanted to get this printing in under 2 hours, and we definitely did that. I think it took like a little over an hour to get this guy to print. I just needed to finish a cube, and yeah, exactly. Gyroid, I never use gyroid because it shakes your tool head way too much. Crosshatch seems really nice. This is the first time I've used it because I just updated Orca today. It's very nice so far. Let's just see here. Oh, it goes all the way up to the top. I see the screenshot that you sent me here for the board. So my main board's too low. I got you. Okay, that makes sense. How did you bolt on the side bolt though? There's no hole there. Okay, good to know. I will definitely make that change. That's really easy for me to do. Perfect, thank you. Now I know how that works. These are the little test prints I've done on the Rook MK1 over the last couple days. Awesome. I think this has gotten farther than other ones have gotten, so I think I got the tension and everything correct on here finally. So I will have to move up the catalyst board up much higher, because yeah, that makes sense to how that works now. So, where's my panel? This comes off nicely. I used the printed parts from the previous kit they released, but have since learned that's what the standoffs are for. Yeah, I figured out the standoffs from Maple Leaf Maker's video. So my board is at the right height. It's just mine, I bolted it too far down, so I just got to move it all the way up. But it makes sense that the board is basically supposed to go right up to this plate. So that's an easy fix. I can just move it up. So that'll hopefully help. Thanks, Canrock, for posting the Patreon. Yeah, I'm going to be doing episode 8 this week for my Fusion tutorial on the printer that we're building together on that. So I'm pretty excited. I do have one of my ball screws, which is here. These Magic Dragon, they're great. No backlash. These are cheap. They're going to work. So it's going to work. I'm very excited to get that printer to print. So that is going to be a pretty unique printer. I don't know many DIY printers that have no belts. So I am pretty much done designing Core XY. Pegasus will be my last Core XY printer. I'm doing cross gantry printers now and deltas for the future. Little bit of issue extruding in the middle there, but again, that's because the stupid reverse Bowden is so long. I gotta cut it. There's a lot of resistance there. It's a pretty good start if you wanna. I'm definitely no expert at Fusion, but a lot of people have found it helpful to get started. And I think the printer we're designing is going to be pretty cool. Only printer I know is the Pantheon printer, and that's crazy expensive. So this is going to be very, very different, and I'm very excited. Because yeah, I'm over belts. I'm definitely over Core XY belt path. I want to get back to cross gantry stuff. So. But so far, I don't see any actual mechanical issues with this printer. I just need to fix Bowden tube, adjust a couple things, and we're good. Yeah, I gotta watch that video. I really don't know what the hybrid Core XY is, so I'm very curious to see. I can hear. I have like a screw that's or a nut that's rattling somewhere. It's on the bottom, actually. So my panel nuts, I'm using the mod to hold the nuts. All my panel nuts are stiff. They're not loose, rattling, because I'm using the user mod to hold the nuts in place with little plastic prints. But I think I have 1 or 2 nuts that are not, and that's probably what's just rattling around. Once I get all the panels on and I put the bottom panel back on, it should be fine. But I'm using the Team FDM mod for the nuts. I highly, highly recommend these. So it just puts a 3M nut inside of the inside of a little plastic part, makes it much easier to assemble. There's a bunch on printables, I think. I'm just using the Team FDM version. I use it on my LDO kit too. And we stopped extruding again. And yeah, it's extruding again. Nice. That'll be great, Canrog. Can't wait to see it. Okay, we can stop this. So yeah, printer's printing well. I have to fix this reverse bowden. It's got way too much resistance, and I'm constantly having to adjust the screw. But we almost finished a print here, and it's printing very, very well. My tension is probably too tight now, but let's see if I can. And I think this orange PLA, I might have to increase the temps a bit more. Yeah, I hate designs that use unique stuff like that. So yeah, I'm pretty sure this is now too tight, but I'm happy with this printer so far. Just make sure everything's cooled down, turn the motors off. Yeah, LDO does have long shaft motors. They're crazy long though, but I'm very tempted to get the Soval SV08 and do the tool changer that Teaching Tech is going to build. I think a tool changer printer would be really cool. Pegasus could use that too. We could make a mod, Canrog, to use the stealth changer on Pegasus. Because Pegasus is basically, it's similar to a 2.4. Of course, it's my own design, but we could do stealth changer on it. And I know it's compatible with a lot of different tool heads, so Pegasus does support Voron tool heads, so Pegasus could be that. I would really like to get like a multi-tool head, just like not even 5 or something crazy, just 2 would be really neat, I think. I'd like to experiment with Clipper and multiple tool heads and stuff like that. So once I build my like full Pegasus version, that would be really cool. Yeah, it would be really simple. So I got to just poke DLL PDF a bit. Actually, I'm going to do that right now. Because he is going to be making a frame for my Pegasus. So I do want to get my full-size Pegasus all built with panels on it and everything. 180 Pegasus would be awesome. Do it for sure. I want to see some build progress on that. I haven't forgotten about Pegasus. I definitely will be doing it. Mine is, it is right there. I can show you guys. It's it prints really well. The heck is my printer doing here? Yeah, the PIDs on this Voron are off. I gotta definitely redo them. But yeah, Pegasus, it worked great. That old version of the breakneck tool head, the archetype breakneck tool head, is not great. It's really crazy pressure advance because it's at an angle. I don't need CPAP. I just had it lying around. So I'm going to be selling this locally just because I can't reuse a lot of that stuff. I'm going to sell this locally as a PLA printer, and then I'm going to be building real Pegasus with a DLL PDF blind joint frame We'll be laser cutting some panels for it. It's going to look really awesome, and I'm going to do a YouTube series on it. We'll do some streaming too. Yeah, welcome to the club, 3D Experiments. I'm in the middle of definitely a few builds. I just want to start slowly knocking projects out and just have one main project. Because I have Delta Flyer, I've got this now, and I've got Pegasus. Like they're all kind of on the go, and RC150 technically. So I'm definitely in the middle of all sorts of stuff. But I'm gonna end the stream here, guys. I got this printing. I gotta fine tune a couple little things, and I'll do a YouTube video on my impressions of the kit. So far, no problems. A very, very nice kit. Very happy with it. A lot of nice extras, and I want to kind of show off some things on how you're supposed to build this, because I got help from you guys on the Discord on a couple things that they're not really explained well, and just a few little things like that, but overall very happy with it. So I will end the stream there. Thanks so much everyone for supporting me and joining the stream and hanging out. It was really fun. I want to do regular streams, whether it's just printing. Maybe we'll hop into Fusion for a little bit, but I would like to do a Saturday stream more regularly with all of you, just so I can hang out, chat with everybody. Awesome. Happy to see more Rook 2020 builds. So yeah, it's going to be... There's definitely some cool stuff happening. I'm hoping to stream more with you guys, and I'll catch you all on the Discord, and hopefully we'll be streaming next Saturday. Maybe Delta Flyer will be printing next Saturday. We'll see. Thanks everyone for tuning in, and I'll catch you all later.